So now we're going to take a look at some common problems that we've seen in the field, and hopefully these descriptions can help you avoid these problems with your own buildings. Here are two pictures of Blenheim Design. The picture on the left shows all of the ducts really close together and the larger ducts at the end of the plenum, which essentially rob the ducts in the beginning of any airflow that they might be getting. The picture on the right shows space left at the end of the plenum and space before the plenum. This is still not the ideal plenum design as the ducts are too close together, but it is definitely a start on making the air distribution better. There's a lot going wrong in this picture. The trusses are obviously in the way of the HVAC equipment, but it's not the builder's responsibility to move those trusses. The HVAC company probably could have installed the unit better and put the unit parallel with the trusses instead of perpendicular. I'm not sure the exact situation as to why they didn't, but you can tell that this really affects air distribution, comfort, as well as the life of the equipment. This is a picture of return side duct leakage. They basically put these plywood boards up around the bottom of the unit without sealing any of the seams. This means that air is going to be drawn in from this space. If this were a garage space, there would be air quality issues. This is most likely unconditioned air that is now going to make its way into the system. This is a picture of the supply bucket to sheetrock connection, and in humid climate zones the hot humid air is going to be drawn towards the cold surface, and when you have duct leakage at the sheetrock like this behind the grill, I mentioned earlier that the static pressure will build up behind the grill and force the air out. Well, while that air is being forced out, it's creating a cold surface where the humidity can really attract to it, and here's a perfect example of duct leakage causing mold in ductwork. This is a picture of a tear in a piece of flex duct that I found, and there was no tear in the outer liner, only a tear in the inner liner, and the way I found it was feeling the airflow that was flowing through the insulation that's in my hand. I then peeled back the insulation and found this large hole. When flex duct tears, it has a tendency to tear larger and larger, which is really bad for duct leakage. This is a picture of poor design. The HVAC company put their vent above a cabinet, and they probably didn't realize at the time that the cabinet was going to be so high, but in this particular case the homeowner was complaining of lack of airflow in their kitchen, and the reason for it is all of the air was being caught and kept up above their cabinetry. So I recommended to them that they most likely need to move that duct to a more central location where it can be more useful. Here are some pictures of some kinked ductwork. You can see the picture on the left, the supply side ductwork coming off of the plenum is making a 180-degree turn immediately to go to another part of the house. This is obviously crimping off some of the airflow that might be going through there. The picture on the right is right above where the duct is going to meet the supply bucket, and this kink could have been mellowed out to make it more of a curve as opposed to a 90-degree angle, and that would definitely help with airflow.